Hey, Sweetie Film. Hey, Sweetie Film. Welcome back. I am your favorite fly cheer coach, Coach Paris.
Your favorite flight cheer, Coach Paris.
And today is my first interview with one of my fave coaches. Okay, I have a few questions for her, and we're just gonna get right to the nitty gritty. State your name and your education background from college on up.
Oh, college on up. All right. Tierra Brown. They call me Shay. All right. College on up. Let's see. I did coaching from college on up.
No. Just we're gonna get into. You can state your name and then your education background.
Oh, my education background. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So graduated from the Clarkatlantauniversity University in Atlanta, Georgia, 2014 with my bachelor's in business administration, concentration in finance. I have my master's in entertainment business from Full Sail University. And I also got my associate's degree in accounting from Danville Area Community College.
Okay. I knew you went to Clark Atlanta, but I didn't know you had additional degrees. Shout out to the girls with the degrees. Tell us your current profession and your dream profession, if it is not your current profession.
All right, my current profession is I'm a teacher. I teach business classes at Urbana High School. I teach entrepreneurship, sports entertainment marketing, social media marketing, co-op, business law. Okay. Dream profession, I want to own my own production company. Where not your typical production company though. I want to produce dancers. Okay. So I want to train them and then push them out to the aspect. So don't think talent agency because they don't produce them. They're not giving them the training. I also want to teach them the behind the scenes because as a dancer and as a choreographer, studio owner, I had to learn all that stuff on my own. And I didn't have the funds or the money to have somebody else do it, and I had to learn. So I would much rather be the person that teaches them. So you coming to me in my production company, you would get the training in dance, but also learn how to cut music, edit music, make your videos. So
let me ask you, how would you make money from that? Would they pay you for that, or would because I think I'm saying this right, as with a talent agency, they don't normally pay them to get the pictures and get sent to companies to, I don't know, Target or whatever to model for their campaign. How would the money come in, financial aspect for that?
From how I had thought about it, I feel like it would come in as if I'm a trainer or instructor. Because since I'm giving that aspect of it, I'm giving you that piece.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Talent agencies, I'm basically just giving you a service. You are coming to me so I can put your name in a portal on a list and let you know who need people.
Yeah. No. That makes sense. Start from the beginning. What was your sport of choice growing up? Sport activity of choice growing up? I want to know your age, the location. Was it community-based or corporate-based? Meaning, if it's from the Park District or something, or was it with your middle school, high school? I want to know this. I want to know the name of them.
My first sport.
Yeah, of choice.
Of choice.
Your first sport of choice growing up.
My first sport of choice growing up. Of choice, meaning I chose.
Yes.
Not because I was just put in it.
No, not because you was put in it. But
dang, that's crazy. I'm gonna say dance.
Okay, I thought you was gonna say that. I ain't gonna front. I thought you was gonna say that.
Well, at first I wasn't, because when you said choice, right? Yep. So I started with ballet, I was like 7, 8.
So it was dance.
But I was put in it, I felt like, right?
Oh, so it wasn't a.
I don't know. I can't really remember. But I will say this. I started with ballet, and then I was like, I want to do tap. Did tap, and I hated it. And it made me go to basketball.
Not completely out of the hole.
Gone. I went to basketball, and I played basketball from that point up until the end of my freshman year in high school.
That's a long. We talking about 8 to 14?
Yes.
8 to 14, 15? Okay, that's a minute.
I did do dance a little bit. I was on the 8th grade team when I was in middle school, and then I did hip hop squad my freshman year in high school, right? Well, my sophomore year when I tried out for basketball, I got a little cocky. At the time, I didn't realize I was cocky, but looking back, I was. Okay. And I went in on the tryout thinking I got this. Yeah, they gonna get me. I was captain freshman year. I was a starter. I was a guard. I was a shooter. They gonna get me. I went to that list. Do that again. Okay. And then I had to go slower. Let me go by the name.
Maybe I'm missing my.
And it wasn't there. And my stepdad at the time thought I did it on purpose because I didn't want to train. I didn't want to do all those things. And that's not what happened. So from there, you know, I feel like God was just kind of like, girl, basketball's not your thing. Get back to dance, because I went right back into the swing.
Okay. So, everything happens for a reason type of thing.
Yes.
I get that.
So then I dived back into dance.
So was this in Danville?
Yes, this was in Danville.
Okay.
So I would say, that's why I say my choice was dance, but it didn't happen until high school, possibly, right?
Okay.
So with that, I was, like I said, hip hop squad. Okay. I joined my freshman year. I think they were, at the time, were only in existence for like 2 years.
So when you were one of like the beginners.
Yes. Okay. So when I got on there, a lot of freshmen were not making it. So I was one of the few freshmen who did.
That's a big deal.
As well as Coach Christina. So
yes, okay. Clock it.
Yes.
That makes sense now. Okay.
Now when we did that, we finished our freshman year. The summer of our sophomore year, our captain ended up moving to Chicago.
Oh, okay.
And the only person they wanted to take over was me. And I was like, well, first of all, I'm a sophomore. These seniors are not going to listen to me. And they were like, yes, they are. And I had to learn at a really young age what leadership really was.
Right.
Learn about authority and don't let it go to your head. Yeah. You know, so like,
which is something that you kind of let happen when you tried out for the basketball game.
Correct.
Correct.
I had to learn how to talk to people. Like, I know you just said earlier you didn't understand about my temper, but I didn't realize I was talking to people crazy, but apparently I was. And I had to learn those things, and I learned all that.
And that age, clearly, we work with that age every day. Mm-hmm. That is a difficult thing to consume at that age without crumbling up like a paper. Like you just crumble it up and throw it in the garbage. As we know, the frontal lobe ain't developed.
I was the captain and the choreographer. So, like, I was making up everything. I was teaching everything. I was thinking of all the themes, the costumes, like, I was thrown in it, and clearly it was meant for me because...
It was meant for you. This question's not on here, but it's kind of out. When you went to Clark Atlanta, did you dance there? Did you... Okay.
I did. I started with dance theater.
Okay.
So they were more like a theater-produced group. So I learned, like, jazz, modern. We did hip-hop. We did, like, all the different genres of things. But it was put on like a show.
So kind of like a musical, like?
Yes, without the singing.
Okay.
That's exactly what it's like. Musical without the singing, all dancing.
Okay, that's dope.
So I did that. Then I went to what was called Onyx Basketball Dance Team. Okay. So it was like, think of like a Pom Pet team for the basketball team in college.
And that was like, you did like halftime?
Yes.
Okay.
And then from there, I am now still a part of House Arrest 2 Championship Dance Team Incorporated. Okay. Which is a hip-hop based organization that started in Chicago.
I know exactly what that is.
Okay.
I know exactly what that is.
I know part of chapter 10.
I know
Hypnotic chapter. Okay.
Yeah, I know exactly what that is.
So which is who I got on right now.
Period.
But yeah, so I did them, and I knew I wanted to be a part of that team when I was younger, right? Because you know, it came from Chicago. They have a chapter here in Champaign. So I've seen them as I was growing up. And when I was interested in Clark Atlanta University, I had seen a video like, oh, they got one there. I gotta be on the team. And what's crazy, memory just popped up. It's a video of them. And then my caption says, when I get to CAU, I'm joining this team. And who did?
Period. That's manifestation.
Okay.
At its finest.
So yeah, all the things. And not only was I a dancer on the team, I was a dancer. I was a captain, creative director, and president. So I worked my way up, and I still give back. Like, I'm supposed to be going back in April for our next show, and you know, just being a part. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. I don't think people know that about you.
I don't think a lot of people.
I don't think people know that about you. I don't think people know that about you, for sure.
I really don't like to be center of attention.
Okay.
And when I tell people that, they're like, girl, you do this, you do that. Yeah, but I don't like being center of attention.
So you still like what you do. You still like to dance, but you don't want people to watch you, but you need people to see you because you dance.
And I'm more like my dancing personality is more like a Sasha Fierce of Beyonce.
Yeah, so it's an alter ego.
Yeah, I tap in. Like me on stage, before. Like, I would get on stage and I'm in a whole new person. I'm someone else. Like, that's where the confidence came, the boldness came. And I used to be, like, hiding back behind my voice a lot of times. Okay. That's what I use. Like, dance was an expression.
Who's your favorite coach as a child? If you have one.
Favorite coach? Yes. Favorite. Okay.
If you don't have a favorite, which is perfectly fine, who's the most memorable coach?
Okay. Most memorable. I'm going to say Coach Gina.
Okay.
So Coach Gina currently is our stunt coach, but she was my praise dance. She was my praise dance minister when I was growing up. Okay. So like I used to do praise dance too. So I learned a lot from her in regards to how to create, how to move, like all those things. And I feel like she's most memorable because not only did she recognize the skill and talent that I had, but she could see what wasn't pulled out of me. She knew how to
pull it out.
Yes, she knew how to pull it out, and it was just like nobody else could do that.
So that probably for me, like as going into coaching, that's probably the hardest thing, I think, is to not to recognize the talent,
pull it out,
is to pull it out of the person and completely make them the monster that they should be when it tends to that like particular sport or activity.
And I think because she did that to me, I know how to do it to other people.
Come on.
So like I can think of multiple people right now, multiple dancers that have came up under me that maybe like lacked behavior wise in school or lacked in their skill a little bit in dance, but if I could just do whatever I can pull them. I have a lot of success stories underneath me because of Gina. Like I feel like because she was able to do it to me, but even indirectly teaching me, like I don't think she realized she was teaching me what to do.
She was taking it out but pouring it.
Yes. So because she did that for me, I was naturally able to do it to other people. Like naturally. It's not that, I don't think that's a hard piece for me. I think my hard piece is now at the stage that I'm at is making sure that they're able to maintain it. So like once they leave me, because now we work with high schoolers. So like for example, my high schoolers leave, they go off to college, right? Because I know what they have in them, and they leave me, and they may not have someone that's pushing them as hard as me. They
can lose it.
They can lose it, right? Okay. For me, I want to be there as much as I can, but because I can't, right? I feel like, which is not necessarily, it's out of my control, but this is where I feel like is my issue, though. Yeah. It's out of my control, but I want to do something about it.
But it's out of your control.
Correct. It's out of my control.
Because if they are in, I don't know, St. Louis, you can't be there all the time. You can't, colleges, classes and all the things. Issues. Okay.
Attachment, detachment.
But the basis behind it is you want the best for them.
Absolutely. That's all I want.
So that makes sense.